Wild back with an impromptu in the car live stream as the Philadelphia Eagles. Howie Roseman has done it once again. That's right. Look, if this thing cuts out, it's because the Verizon service sucks. As I'm on my way to get some chicken breasts, some broccoli, some good stuff for some pre-made meals. But let's get right to it, guys. The Philadelphia Eagles have traded two of their first-round picks. They have three this year. They've traded two of them to the New Orleans Saints. I know on the outside looking in, and especially you see that title, that seems really bad, right? Like, how do you took so much time to get these picks. How do you just trade them away? This is a good deal for the Eagles. It really is. Look, this worked out good last year for Howie Roseman and the Eagles. I think it's going to work out this year as well. Here's the trade, guys. The Eagles trade pick number 16, number 19. Good afternoon to Kareem. And number 194, which is a sixth-round pick, to the New Orleans Saints. And what the Eagles get is they get the number 18th pick in the first round this year. They get a pick number 101, which is a third-round pick this year, and they get a seventh-round pick, 237. That one is kind of irrelevant. Big news, and this is where I think this is the sweet part. The Eagles get the Saints 2023 first-round pick and then a 2024 second. Now, the first-round pick for next year is likely to be a top-5 pick if you look at the Saints. Missing guys on defense this year. Jameis Winston's their quarterback. I just think that this is and the Eagles still have pick 15. So they basically only lost one first-round pick this year, if you think about it that way. We knew they weren't going to pick three first-round picks this year. So they have pick 15. They have pick 18. They've got an extra third-round pick now, which, those are the money rounds, in my opinion. Those are the rounds where you really get your good players. But what does this mean for the Eagles? Now now next year you're looking at two first-round picks for next year. So this year, two first-rounders. Next year, two first-rounders. They said they were building the team. If you look at it at just that, it's absolutely what they're doing right now. You get a chance at two studs in the first round this year and two next year. However, if you kind of look at maybe a little conspiracy theory, if you look at it a little bit deeper, kind of like I am, it can mean a couple of things. It can mean this is more insurance if Jalen Hurts isn't the guy, because now obviously next year's crop of quarterbacks is slated to be better than this year's. Now they have an extra pick to maybe move up and get a quarterback next year, or maybe. And I was going to do a video about this. I was going to do a video about this later on, but the DK Metcalf news that DK Metcalf is going to get traded, or teams are inquiring about DK Metcalf getting traded. This possibly gives the Eagles a couple more picks to work in there. I know what you're thinking. Well, 3 first-round picks sounds better than 2, but they do have next year's as well. And Seattle is looking for a quarterback, as well as the Eagles might be next year. Or it could just be that they're really building this team. But either way, they've got the stockpile of picks now. They said they were rebuilding. They said they needed they're rebuilding, and how you do that is through the draft. I think this is just a great trade for Howie Roseman. On the outside looking in, as when I first saw it, I'm like, what are they doing? I'm like, what are they doing? You're trading away these two, because first round pick 16 and 19, that sounds crazy to me, but it's not. They've got 18, which they, in retrospect, moved up from having 19. They still have 15, and again, that extra third round pick I think is going to be huge. And then just having an extra first next year. If you're a Saints fan, I'm not really happy with this, giving away a first round. They basically, in a nutshell, the Saints gave the Eagles a first round pick for these two, or one, because they pretty much swapped, and then giving away a second and a third. I mean, if I'm a Saints fan, I'm not sure if I'm really liking this, but as an Eagles fan, I think this is a great pick for Howie Roseman. And now look, again, we're looking at Howie Roseman, and this guy has been notorious but not being able to draft. So with that being said, you just got to put your hands together like this and pray that he can that he can somehow miraculously put together a good draft, because the Eagles now have the picks to really build this team. Whether that's in the trade, and I've been killing them because they haven't helped Jalen Hurts at all this year by adding any veteran wide receiver talent. Now you have more picks to possibly do that. Maybe that's the way they go. We all remember last year this happened. They end up acquiring Devontae Smith. It was really a steal for Howie Roseman. Are we going to see something else happen? Is something else going to happen with these picks, or is it just this that they just, hey, we weren't going to pick 3 first-rounders to begin with. Now we got the 2 that we want. We got one next year, an extra one next year. To me, it's a really good, again, a really good trade by Howie Roseman. As much as they kill him, as much as we kill him, this is not bad. Now, will he draft the right guys? We'll see. Now, will they look, a DK Metcalf trade, and DK Metcalf put a tweet out there. He hasn't heard anything. Again, this kind of adds more ammunition to do that, to get that done if the Eagles want to. With the extra second in 2024, with the extra third this year, with the extra first next year. They still have 2. I mean, this is Howie's doing some really good work. And again, it just ends up, is he going to pick the right guys? With that being said, guys, I'm going to take off here because time has been flying by today. Excellent workout at the gym. I had a feeling something was going to happen today. Again, the DK Metcalf stuff has been going on. It was all over the radio. Would you give up the Tyreek Hill package for DK Metcalf? Look, they absolutely need some kind of stud wide receiver for Jalen Hurts to throw the ball to see if he's got it, to see if he's the guy. I think if you just put ordinary, regular wide receiver talent around this guy, you're not really going to know, because if he struggles this year, you can say, well, he really didn't have much to throw to, or the running game really wasn't that great. But if you give him the pieces, if you give him the tools, if you go out and you get these guys, and they tried to, and were unsuccessful with Christian Kirk and Allen Robinson, then if you go out and you get a DK Metcalf, and now you got DK Metcalf and Devontae Smith, then there's really no reason, and also with Dallas Goedert there's really no reason for Jalen Hurts, if he's the guy, to have a bad year in his third year, second year starting. But you give him trash to throw to, and you don't give him much of a chance behind this. And the thing is, they're going to have a really good line again. Give him the tools. Give him the wide receivers. We could see DK Metcalf in Midnight Green. We could see A.J. Brown, but not this year, maybe next year, if Jalen Hurts is still the QB. But we got to find out what he's all about. And maybe this trade is what it is. And I'm just going to say, yeah, and you got to root against the Saints this year. You have to, because can you imagine if this, and look, we kind of fantasized about this last year with the Colts, and it almost happened, or with the Dolphins, and it almost happened. But can you imagine if the Saints are, win only 4 games next year? This would be absolutely huge for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, probably what's going to happen is it's going to be right in the middle, right where it is. This year or next year. But to me, and again, I hate this term, win now. We're not a win now team. I know players got to hate hearing that as much as I do. They've got to start putting something together. 2017, nobody saw it coming. Last year with the Bengals, nobody saw it coming. Get this kid, get Jalen Hurts a stud wide receiver, whether you package some of these picks for a trade. And it is funny to me that this DK Metcalf stuff starts leaking out, and then all of a sudden the Eagles make a trade where they acquire more picks than they had. It really is kind of funny to me that happens. Maybe I'm looking too far into it. Again, why would Seattle do something like that? Maybe since they got rid of the quarterback, they just want to start to rebuild, and to do that is to acquire a lot of picks. Does Howie Roseman look at this team and go, I can get a couple of defensive guys in the draft, because this draft is loaded for defense, and then acquire a guy like DK Metcalf, and now our offense is better and our defense is going to be better, and we have a real shot here? They get a guy like DK Metcalf. The NFC East is for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm just going to say that now. I really think it is. Now, this year, without DK Metcalf, you're looking at Devontae Smith, probably a rookie, Greg Ward, and Zach Pascal. I mean, it's pretty bad. It's one of the worst wide receiver cores in the league. But you add a guy like that, you add a star like that, and you're going to get something. And again, they could look up and they can get one of these great wide receivers in the draft too. I don't know. I'm excited about this trade. It's not a bad trade. It gets some more picks, adds some intrigue, and gives us something to talk about in what has been a very disappointing offseason, just in my opinion. With that being said, guys, driving here, people on the East Coast are not as great as drivers I am, so I should probably pay attention to the road here. With that being said, guys, I'll be back later. We'll talk more about this trade. We'll talk about DK Metcalf, what the Eagles are going to do at wide receiver. Are they going to sign the Honey Badger? Are they going to sign some of these guys that they've been linked to that are still out there. I don't know, but again, it's fun to talk about. With that being said, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, go Birds, and I'll see you later.